Welcome back. Thanks so much for staying with us. Now, Damon, it's looking pretty gray out there, looking pretty blustery. What do we have in store for us? I know that I'm literally looking over to our weather center, and there is a shot of over Hagerstown, and that American flag is blowing. What are we looking forward to, or potentially, let me rephrase that, not looking forward to for later for today?
Yeah, it looks like we're going to continue to see that wind out there, and then on top of that, for the first time in a while, some storms possibly even rolling across the area. So that's one of our main concerns here today, is that possible line of storms, and we can already see signs of it developing out there, and one of those signs is how windy it already is. This storm system has a very strong wind field around it as it really starts to gather up some of that warmth and energy to develop those storms. 13-mile-an-hour wind just outside of Hagerstown, and look at that temp too. It is balmy out there, 67 degrees. It's going to be climbing all the way up into the 70s before the day is done as well, adding to that energy. Now, the clouds have been numerous. The showers, not so much, as we've just had spotty rainfall here and there throughout the morning. Nothing too substantial as of yet, but if we look all the way back to the west, we can see there is still that main line of precipitation on the way. You can see signs of that line of heavier rainfall and thunderstorm activity developing across West Virginia, back up into portions of western Pennsylvania, where there actually was a tornado warning issued just a short time ago in my hometown. So yeah, we have a lot still going on back to our west that is yet to arrive across the four-state region here, and part of the reason that these storms could turn so intense, again, look at all of that warmth with temperatures climbing into the 70s. That is definitely enough energy to really get that line of storms going, no doubt about it here. So as far as the arrival time with these storms here today, here's what we're looking at. West of Interstate 81, back across the mountains of West Virginia, western Maryland, will be the first to see that line of likely severe storms. 3 to 5 p.m. is when that will arrive. Through the I-81 corridor and east into the heart of the viewing area, it's going to be between 5 to 7 p.m. when that batch of storms rolls through, and then toward the I-95 corridor in the D.C. metro, 7 to 9 p.m. So it's going to be a gradual progression with that possibility of severe weather continuing to move eastward throughout the rest of the day. Now, we're not seeing as much rainfall as Future Tracker is depicting here right now, but as we go with time toward the 1 and 2 o'clock hour, that main line, which is going to be broken up at times, which is why I said not everyone is going to experience those extremely strong wind gusts. It's going to be very localized, but that broken line of storms will be crossing through areas west of I-81, make it to that I-81 corridor, and slowly slide to the east as we head toward the 5 to 6 p.m. hour. You can see those cells with the brighter reds popping up here. That could potentially be those embedded thunderstorms that are packing those 50 to 55 mile per hour gusts. There it is at 6 o'clock, kind of forming back up and moving eastward. And then by 8 o'clock tonight, it will be right along the I-95 corridor into the D.C. metro. But soon after that, this line finally departs after about 10 to 11 p.m., and we're looking at things clearing up from there as we go into the day on Friday. So it's going to be very blustery, stormy out there at times, and those very strong wind gusts could easily displace any loose items. If they're out there, bring them inside, tie them down, and again, just pay attention if you're going to be traveling out and about this evening. If you end up in one of those really heavy downpours with all that wind, you might want to pull off the road and take a break until that passes. And that is our main threat. A spin-up tornado is not out of the question, but it's also very, very minimal at this point. The wind gusts are going to still be our primary concern. After today, it's looking great. We're going to have sunshine back in the picture tomorrow and Saturday with seasonal temperatures on the docket from there.